Have you ever wondered why it is that we say you have to pay attention? As if attention is some sort of currency, one that we don't, we think about money and we pay with money, but what does it mean to pay attention? And what do I gain with that? Who gives me the attention? And I never thought about any of these things. I mean, I've always thought about paying attention as like I pay attention to what I'm doing, or I pay attention to you. But then there's this possibility that I could also pay attention to me while I'm paying attention to you or to what I'm doing. And that when that happens, there literally is a feeling of a current moving through me. And the first time I ever experienced that was, many years ago when I was just beginning sort of my search for meaning of life in the universe. And I had, read a few different self-help books and tried a few meditation courses. And I went to this retreat where they had different kinds of activities. And I don't even remember what the activity was that I was involved in, but I do remember at a certain point, I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to their bathroom, I went in, I used the bathroom, and then on my way out, I opened the door and then I kicked it shut. And I came face to face with this man. He was very tall and he had very intense eyes. And he just looked at me and he said, "So, is that how you close the door at home?" And I couldn't even remember how I had closed the door. I didn't even remember closing the door. And I had to think back, go backward to try to remember what was involved in closing the door. And I realized that what I had done was I had kicked the door in order to close it. And I went, yeah, maybe. And he went, "Oh, well, let me show you how we close the door here." And he walked over and he slowly took his hand on the doorknob and he moved in this incredibly elegant fashion and shut the door without any noise, and then removed one hand, and then he removed the other hand, and he said, "That's how we close the door here," and walked away from me. And I felt my whole body react like, at first it was like, "Oh, you dumb girl, you slammed the door with your foot." But that reaction disappeared really quickly with a realization that it wasn't like he was scolding me. It wasn't like he was demonstrating the proper way to close the door. He was using his attention on himself as he closed the door to give me a flavor of a different quality of existence. And that was the moment that I realized I had a lot to learn.